Hi everybody and welcome along to this Yoga Orkney online session. So it's suitable for all levels, to beginners to people who've been practicing for some time. And really I try to incorporate as many options as I can in classes so that we all feel that we can get something out of it. If you have any concerns, please do ask or ask your healthcare provider, specifically if you're managing a condition that's unique to you. You know best, but please feel free to get in touch. Please make sure that the place that you're exercising in is suitable, that you have had a look for any hazards, you have a nice clean area to work with, and yeah, just work at your own pace, at your own level, and I hope you enjoy. We're going to start off by standing up this evening. Just a bit of a generic music in the background. We do have one section this evening, well, we're going to be kneeling. We're also going to be lying on our side for a small amount of time. So if you find that your hips are tender, your knees are tender, then you may want a cushion or a pillow or a rolled up blanket or towel underneath your knees or your hips. That's totally fine. How are we? Hi Peter, good. Excellent, Leanne, brilliant. So give your feet a little shake out. We're going to warm up the upper body first, then we're going to do some compound movements, which means you're just working through quite a few joints in the body. So have a little roll of your shoulders one way and then the other. And then you're going to bring your hands onto your ribs. So my ribs come down like quite far, all the way down to there. Some of you it might be a little bit higher up. So just bring your heel of your hands onto the outside of your ribs. And you're going to take a deep breath in and see if you can expand that rib cage all the way into the hands. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, just gently, like you're blowing out a candle, breathe in. And I want you to feel the ribs and the muscles moving underneath the hands. Breathe out. And everything just shrinks back in. Breathe in. And then breathe out. And just see if you can tune into that sense of the whole middle of the body tightening a bit like a corset. So maybe 80% of as much as you can squeeze, basically. Let other muscles release, and I'm going to just take one hand somewhere onto the lower abdomen, so between hip and belly button. It's not going to be pleasant sound wise, but you're going to do a little cough as you press into the fingers. And again, that's your deep transverse abdominis. So that is really what we want to be working when we're doing the core exercises. So it can take a little time to build the strength or the feedback to be able to feel that, but it's not just up and in like this, oh this is all stretching. It's very much this kind of tightening sensation around the body is what we're after. So with that in mind, take a breath in. It doesn't really matter how you breathe, as long as you're breathing, it's good. Breathe out, feel all of these core muscles knitting together. Just take a little bend in your knees here. Good, and then you're going to circle this right arm up and back. And then the other direction, back, up and forwards, left arm up and then back. Just going to check in with the time. Good, back. And you'll see, go back to the right arm, that the body starts to create this kind of spiraling movement. You'll notice it in your legs as well. And then just allow yourself to move arm and body and legs to accommodate what movement you have in your own shoulders. So it's going to look slightly different for everyone. Right arm. Good. Other way. So it's kind of like, I know a few of you are missing the swimming pool. Bring yourself back there in the water, nice and relaxing. Good. Arms reach up here. And I'm just going to take a drape down. Now mind your back here. Maybe that squeeze of the abdominals. You can bring elbows to thighs, or you can come a little lower down. One really easy way of getting the fingers to reach the floor is just by bending the knees a little bit deeper. So it doesn't really matter if you touch the floor or not. Now if you feel your back, stay up a little bit higher and focus on drawing these abdominals in a little bit more, all the way around. And then you're going to push off the floor, feel all these connections all the way up, and have a little roll of your shoulders. Now I can't reach all the way up. I'm also going to turn sideways here just so you can see. Arms left up. Now if your hips and your back are giving you a little bit of an issue, Arms straight down onto the knees, and you just fold over here into this kind of half bend. If everything feels okay, swing the arms down and back up. So there's this little moment where you lift up, where the abdominals have kind of got to engage. Good. A nice dynamic arm up here, which just means moving. So one more time like that. You're going to come down again. When you come up, you're just going to circle both arms around and then up. Swing down, all the way up, so you can go the other direction. Good. Swing down. I have no idea. Forward and out. Good. Take your time, remember, if the swinging of the arms and body is not for you. Good. Swing down. This time, you're going to reach the right arm back, left arm forward, gathering up. Swing down, left arm back and right arm forward. I like to turn my head, swing down to follow the back arm. So the right arm here. One more. Down and up. Good. Well done. Circling here. And then just draping the body back down. Now if you want to, you can do the roll down. This is an absolute no. If you have arthritis in your back, you can roll forward, lifting as much as you like, stretching the back of the body, or we're somewhere a bit in between. You can always take a little movement. Pushing and coming back up to standing. Shake out those legs. So your feet are going to come a little bit wider this time. Always getting tangled up. Wider than the body. Now just bear in mind what your knees like and what your knees don't like. Also here, rotation of the hips. So it's going to vary from person to person. So you can be forward, you can be slightly turned in or out. I like to just turn the direction that I'm going to be moving. So we're going to lean to the right, switch, lean to the left. Good. And then you can kind of play around. If you feel hips and back, then make it quite a directional movement on that 90 degrees. If you want the inner thigh stretch and your hips feel good, then you might want to keep the body facing forward. See how you feel. For me, that just puts a lot of undue tension on the hips, so I'm going to turn. One more to the left, and then you might want to the next time add in the arm. So as you come to the right, reach the left arm. So kind of like you're going bowling. Reach the left arm. Sorry, left arm, right leg. Other way, right arm, left leg. So just imagine, strike, or maybe it takes you 2 shots to get that strike. Good, and this really just pulls a little on the muscles in the back, hopefully, in a good way. Just like you're bowling a ball. Garden bowls, you're allowed to do that now, aren't you? Now is your time. Good. One more time. Right. One more time. Left. Well done. Come in. Shake your legs out. Now if you've got your mat rolled out, you're going to use it long ways. But just use the space you have. I'm just turning so it's a little easier to see. And from here, you're going to take a roll down. So you might want to draw in. If you have dodgy back, this can be one that feels quite nice now, but sore later on, so take care. And then just a gentle wander forward. Now if you feel wrists, shoulders, come right down onto your knees. If you're after a plank, walk in yourself into that plank position. Now hopefully you can see here, my hands are much wider than the width of the mat. They can move around depending on what's going on elsewhere in the body. They can be slightly forward, slightly back. So you just want to hold yourself up so you feel nice and strong. We're not sagging, butt's not lifting to the sky. See how your body feels. And then really slowly, knees come down. 1, 2, you might just want to sit back and give your wrists a little twirl. Shake and a twirl. Good. Coming forwards again. Now from here, pulling in and pressing down, arching the back upwards. You can nudge a little forward and back. I just want you to be aware of this kind of pulling, stretching sensation that's kind of maybe a little closer to the skin, or maybe feels a little closer to the skin. Maybe it feels slightly different for you. It's not here in the lower back, it's not here in shoulders or wrists. And then you're going to do the opposite. Chest forward, keep a little bit of a pull here, so you're not just totally relying on all the flexibility in the joints. I always consciously think about moving the weight forward in my hands so that my wrists are not taking all the weight. You can be here, you can be here, totally fine. I'll give you a preview of what's coming in a little moment. Arch the back up, not yet though. And then forwards. And that's just quite a nice movement for the spine. So we've done here, extension, we've done this one, forward fold or flexion. We've actually done rotation. So now we're going to move side to side, but instead of doing it with the upper body, we're going to do it with the legs here. So make sure your wrists are comfortable. You can be on fists, like I said. Here, if you happen to be next to your sofa or a bed or a chair, there's no reason why you cannot kneel on the side of the bed either. So it's not going to take away from the exercise. In fact, it may well end up adding if you just cannot concentrate because your wrists are sore. So the right leg is going to work first. It's going to come out to the side. You're going to circle it around. See how the thigh moves to look at the floor. And when you get to this point, you're going to lengthen that right leg, tap it over to the left. Back around and down. Same thing. So it's up. You circle through that upper leg first. Little tap. Good. And around. So you're just going to kind of lift up. That one's also often called the fire hydrant pose. So like you're lifting your leg like a dog. It's not a nice visual, but it works. Good. Couple more times. Now you're holding on here with those abdominals, that little coffin of your abs. And down one more time. In fact, we'll go for two. Little tap. Good. And last one here, we're going to keep the tap of the right leg. So we go the right leg to the left, to the right. So you're lifting up. Imagine you've lit a candle, tea light on the floor, and you're hopping that foot over. I don't know what's happened to me tonight. I am not a visualization person normally. You're getting all the top tips tonight. So it's just tap, 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 tap. Two more, holding onto those abs, moving your arms if you need to. One more time, one more time. Good. Now you're going to lift that right leg up, bring it in, send it back. In. Now I want you to stop before there's any popping or crunching in the hips. Trust me on that one. Push. So it might be creating a little bit more tension in the body, might be changing the angle of the leg. Hold on to those abs. How are we doing? Good. 3, 2, oh, push that button far away as you can. Well done. Here, you're just going to arch the back up. Hopefully that takes some of the tension out of the hamstrings. I like a little swish side to side. Now I was just going to move on to the other leg, but I think we'll come and do a bit of side series first to give the wrists a bit of a breather. So this may be where you want your cushion underneath your left hip, up to you, or your band. Now it doesn't matter if you don't have one, I will mostly do this without the band. So you're going to lie with your left side on the floor, facing towards me, so hopefully your head ends up at the left in comparison to the screen. So under here is a good place to pad if it's just sometimes feels tender. And you're going to bend those knees and relax here for a moment. I like to just rest my head in my hands. Now you're going to reach out that top leg, point through the toes. Hips are stacked, so it's really easy to lie back here. Try stacking up as much as you can. And heel, toe, heel. How crunchy is the ankle? Maybe little circles. Keeping the leg, keeping the abs. Good. And then bringing that knee back down. So this is where you maybe want this thing to loop onto your feet. It works for the loop as well. So if you're going for it, then you're just going to push the leg long and circles. Now if you want a little bit more tension, a little bit more work for the leg, wrap the band again and pull a little bit more tension on. If you do not have the kit, same thing. So like you're drawing a little circle the size of a side plate maybe, and make sure those hips are stacked. Other direction. So this is all on the right leg. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Lie onto your back. Keep that right leg lifted if you can. Now if you don't want to lie on your back, you can always be up here. That's absolutely fine. And if you've got the band, push into the band. So if you have the band, it's going to look like this. And you're going to push and heel. Push. Make sure you don't ping yourself in the face. Push, heel, push, heel. Now you're going to push through the toes. Send the leg down, hold on here. Heel away and left. Toes, heel away and left. Now I just like to feel the hips here. So I really struggle to feel what my body is actually doing. Often I think it's doing something. Toes, push. That's really hard movement. So the feet are the furthest away from the brain. So it takes longer for the circuitry to make the connections. That's why it's hard to do stuff with your feet. Toes, heel. 2 more. Toes, heel. 1 more. Toes, heel. Oh. Halfway in between, you're going to circle out to the right, straight back up through the middle. Circle out. So really steady here through this left hip. You can just encourage it to push down, circle, and again, staying out of any clicking, any kind of untoward sensations in this right hip. Well done. Good. Lift the leg. Now here, watch your back, please. If you want to, use your arms. That can take some tension off the back. Know that you can move this left leg in and out. Some of you, let go of the band if you're using the band, by the way, we're gonna climb the tree. So you climb up, see how close to the toe you can get. Not gonna happen for me this evening. Inhale, exhale, lift up, so close. Inhale, exhale, climbing up the tree. There we get there at the end. See how you do. Now you can always bend the knee, that's fine. You can lie back here and take a really similar stretch on the floor. See how hard that was? So don't be alarmed if the body didn't want to do that. Foot comes down, lengthen out the right leg, and just give the foot a little shake. Well done. Knees hug in. You're going to roll up or through your side and slip forward again. You could be here. This does not suit everybody's hips or knees. You can be here, here, some other way. You can lie back if you have something there as well. We're just going to take a little twist round to the right and have a small look down. How are we doing? Good, you're still there, that's good. How are we doing for time? Getting there. It's a balance. 30 minutes is quite slow, quite fast. And you can't really teach too fast when you're going online either. Lesson learned. So you're going to spin your feet round to the left-hand side, head to the right-hand side. So the right side of your body this time is laying on the floor. If you want your band, have it near the head end so you can reach it. And you're just going to lie on your side. And again, it's not just this total relaxation, it's the opposite. So we're climbing up a little bit, evening out the hips a little bit here. I just rest the head in the hand because you can see how uncomfortable that is, but it's going to be different for everybody. Good. And then from here, leg lengthens out, and if you were using the band, then you use the band to draw the circle here. So it's around, push down firmly with that lower leg. Everything here stabilized. That's hard. You're going to feel your glutes here, butt muscles. Oh, how circular are your circles? Other way, other way. Who went backwards first? There's usually 1 or 2. And you want to be able to feel this portion here of the body. Good, pushing down. And then you're just going to press, heel, find those abdominals, heel. And if you have the band, just going to add a little bit more tension. Heel, press, heel. Good, 1 more. And then you're going to keep that left leg floating. You're going to roll onto your back. Or here, if you're expecting or you have lower back problems, this is quite a nice option. Or all the way down. And if you have your band, remember, it's still looped onto the foot. And you want to kind of loop it around the ball of the foot and make sure it's not going to hang off. Every time I do that I think, oh, that's coming down to get me. So you're just going to push and then heel, push and then heel, push and then heel a couple more times. And that just really wakes up the muscles in the front and the back of the leg, ankle, knee, hip, glutes, abdominals, just from pointing the toe and flexing the foot. So from here, point to the toe, drop the foot. So you want to find that band. If it helps, cough, heel and lift. Point down. Now do not worry if the leg is not straight. That just happens to be what mine looks like. You may want to tap, heel and then lift. Tap toe, I'll show you on this side. Tap toe, heel and then lift. Up to you. Heel and then lift. Toe, abs. And then I just always see this foot is misbehaving. This is normally my good side. You might want to push through this right hip with your hands so you can make sure the hips are not rocking side to side. Toe, heel, lift, toe, brace, heel, lift, toe, heel, good. Now we're going to draw that circle up. So point to the foot roughly, can be bent. Remember you can draw mini circles, that's totally fine here. We're going to drop down. The main thing is that it feels like you have control of the movement. And again, I really like poor Buddha getting a kick in the face. And around. Couple more times, and again, no crunching, no like sharp pains in the hip. Down and around. And there's loads of chat about opening hips. You do not want them open. That would require surgical incision or some injury. Really, the hip flexors are supposed to be a strong muscle group. There can be chronic tightening because we do a lot of sitting, or maybe they think now that stress causes chronic pain in the body also. So maybe it's not the sitting, maybe it's the stressful stuff you're doing when you're sitting. Who knows? Down. So it's a bit of a balance. What is it? Is it weak but chronically tightened? Well done. Foot comes down, leg lengthens out, little shuggle, little shake just side to side, and hopefully you feel that kind of shaking the leg from the hip flexor. And we'll take a stretch. So your feet come down onto the floor. Remember, you can move your feet around. You may want to hold on to your mat. Lift the hips up and take a little bit of a stretch. So at the start of lockdown, in fact, most of this year, that was giving me really bad pain in my back. Now it's not. So magic of not having to sit at a desk all day. Of course I am doing my work. But you can do it in different ways. Like I had something to listen to because I did it while I walked the dog this week, which was great. Rolling down. Have a little gentle swish side to side. Now if you are expecting, you don't like lying on your back, you can do that stuff sitting. Instead of moving the lower body, just move the upper body. Oh, we gotta climb up, don't we? We forgot that one. So, left leg lengthens. Obviously the first one was too much. Blanked it out of my mind. Remember you can move this right leg as well. Breathe in, breathe out. You're going to climb up. Oh, I have to bend the leg a little bit here. Breathe in, breathe out. Can you climb up? So it's kind of arms, kind of abs. It's like a halfway teaser. Don't do it if your back hurts. And it's called climbing the tree. And eventually we get here to quite a strong stretch down the back of the leg. Good. And then coming down here, maybe a little cross leg, forward fold. Maybe you want to do a little swish side to side, whatever works for you. Just that movement to stretch out the back muscles. Well done. I want to fit in the ab 5 before we go. I think we've got time. You can log off now if you're not doing the ab 5. That's totally fine. How many? You're all still there. Good. Right, so from here, you can either, one left. You can roll on your side, or you can come back down through this roll down. It's totally up to yourself. We're going to finish with this blast. So it's quite traditional to finish off with a more energizing set of movements. Walk your feet in. Up to to tabletop position. So you're pressing down firmly through the back of the body. One leg floats up, oh, two legs float up. Hold on to that right knee, left leg lengthens. Now you can do this and just switch the feet, that's fine. Or you lift up, switch the legs. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now you're going to go for 2 legs, or you stick here. So it's here, reach, in, reach. You can just do the legs, see how you feel. Good, won't make you do 10 of these. You're going to do 2 more. 8. Well done. Now here, lower and left. Now the arms higher over the head, harder. Or you can lift the chest, up to you. Arms could be here. Remember, knees can be bent, up to you. See where you feel the work. Keep going. 2 more, down. Lift it up. Good, down. Lift it up. Now you can stay lying on your back. You're going to hold on to the right leg. So it's kind of like that single leg stretch, the first move. Or you come up here and it's this little kick of the legs. So you can do tap, 2 taps. If you want an option, see how you feel. Little kick, and you're not hauling with the arms, just a little catch, 4, 3, 2, ready? Crisscross, that little bicycle movement next, hands behind the head, we go twist, 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 halfway, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done. Hug those knees in, drop the knees to the right hand side. You might want to lift and reach to that left arm. Inhale. Switch sides. I always like to now just do one leg and then the other. Up to you, find your own way, find your own little movement. See how you feel. And then from here, we're just going to roll onto the front of the body again. So follow the knees round, kneeling. Draw into those abdominals. Option, cat-cow. Another option, plank position. I can't do it with feet on the carpet, arms on the mat. So you have the option here to walk down with the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can just do the knees or you can stick with cat-cow. One more time. Arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knees. 1. Holding on. 2, 3, 4. Then we've got to get back up onto our feet. Bend those knees. Push the hands. Back in. Rolling up. Covered in fluff now. Rolling around on the carpet. Arms up, arms down. Done. That's you done for the evening, so well done. Thank you for sticking around.